I told people before, they're like, oh, you hate all men. I'm like, I've never said that, but if the shoe fits, wear it. I don't give a fuck. But also,
Yeah.
like, yeah, don't you? Haven't you ever spent time with one? They're fucking awful. Like, have you ever seen a group of guys out, like all straight dudes, and they're all laughing? Have you ever been like, God, I wonder what they're laughing at? No. When they're laughing, I'm going, the fuck are they doing? Something bad, probably.
I'm like, they probably just hit a woman.
They're probably high-fiving over a slur.
True.
I bet. That's what I think.
High-fiving over a slur.
When I see girls and gays and theys all out and they're king and they're laughing and I'm like, oh, that looks awesome.
Mm-hmm.
When I see men doing it, I'm like,
It's like,
what are you laughing at? What's so funny?
What did you do?
The state of the world? Turn on the news. I bet you wouldn't be laughing so hard. I'm just harassing them.
Men didn't stop explaining because they are arrogant. They stopped because explaining never protected them. They never stopped explaining themselves because they are rude. They stopped because explaining never worked in the first place. So no matter how calmly they spoke, no matter how reasonable they were, no matter how much they tried to be understood, at some point, men realized something dangerous. Silence costs less than honesty. And once that clicks, they never talk the same way again. If you're a man who is tired of defending your intentions, your boundaries, or your decisions, smash the subscribe button. This channel is for men who stop asking for permission to exist comfortably. Now, let's talk about why men go quiet and why it's permanent. Most men didn't start out just closed off. They explained, they clarified, they tried to meet people halfway. They said things like, that's not what I meant. Let me explain where I'm coming from. I'm not attacking you. I'm just being honest. And what happened? Their words were twisted. Their words were reframed. Their words were used against them later. So men learned the lessons the hard way. The more you explain, the more material you give people to punish you with. So men adapted. Easy. Not emotionally, but strategically. Now let's break down the pattern men notice but aren't allowed to say out loud. And I will do it because I'm here for men who wants to succeed. The first thing is that explanations are treated as confessions. When a man explains himself, it's rarely received as context. It's treated as an admission of guilt, an opening for interrogation, a weakness to press. Men notice that silence is interpreted as confidence, while explanation is interpreted as insecurity. So they stop offering it. The second is that men are expected to be clear, not to be human. Men are told to say what they mean, to be direct, to communicate better. But when men are direct, they are called harsh. They are called cold. They are called lacking emotional intelligence. So men realize all of that. They told themselves, no version of this conversation ends well for me. And that's when they disengage. The third thing they learned is that explanations don't change outcomes. And this is the moment that ends it all. Men notice that explanation doesn't soften consequences. Explanation doesn't earn grace. Explanation doesn't lead to understanding. Decisions were already made, judgment already formed. So men stop explaining because they see the truth. Clarity doesn't protect you in a biased system. So men don't become silent, they become selective. They replace explanation with boundaries, with distance, with actions, with absence. Instead of saying, I don't like how this feels, they say, I'm done. Instead of justifying, here's why I chose this, they say, this is what I chose. Period. No debate, no defense, no permission slip. That's not emotional immaturity. That's earned restraint. A man who explains himself can be negotiated with. A man who goes quiet cannot. Silence removes leverage, it removes emotional hooks, it removes manipulation points. That's why people say you've changed. You are closed off. You don't communicate anymore. What they really mean is that you stop giving them access, and access is power. Some men are still trying to be understood, unfortunately. Others have accepted that understanding isn't required. So if you're still explaining yourself to people who've already decided who you are, this video will challenge you. If you've stopped talking and noticed your life got quieter, your life got cleaner, this video will feel obvious. This channel isn't about teaching men how to argue better. It's about teaching men when silence is the smarter move. This channel is not for everyone. It's for men who learn that self-respect doesn't need a footnote. If you agree with me, smash the subscribe button again. Share with your brother who needs to watch this. See you in the next one.